Hello everybody. So today's gonna be a little different. You can see my desktop over here right now. Hello. As you can kind of see, I'm a little hectic right now because my computer actually legitimately just crashed right before a stream. So I had to reset everything on my computer except for memory. So thank God for that. But yeah, so I've been rushing today to get everything, in line so that we all can actually enjoy ourselves. If you don't have an account, quickly make one. If you can, make an account really quick and hit follow on my channel. It's gonna make life a heck of a lot easier for you at the moment. So at the end of the day, today's stream is about working on Super Parker Galaxy, which is a Make-A-Wish game for a kid named Parker. Real trooper, by the way. Amazing kid. He is a part of New Hampshire's Make-A-Wish Foundation. Had a heart transplant. Doing really well. And his wish was to make a game. And when he was asked what type of game, he said Mario Kart. So, of course, extremely polished game, right? Super Parker Galaxy is not polished. It is far from it, and there's a lot to be done on it. However, it's very close to becoming an MVP. So at the end of the day, this stream is just going to be about making the server side for it for this Friday. This Friday is essentially okay. Anyways, so yeah, basically this stream is for the development of the game. We're gonna go through and learn everything that there is about server development. You guys are gonna be going through this along with me. If you have an account, you can chat with me through the Steam. Steam, it's the stream. So please do. And at the end of the day, we're just here to have some fun. Let me know if you can't hear me. If you're a little too loud, let me know. I'm hoping that the music is a nice, dull noise in the background, because a lot of this is going to be me looking at different documents, looking at different things to see what's going on and how I should be structuring this. Right now, this is what the server looks like. If you've never seen a server before, this is what it looks like for any project. It's legitimately just going to say example server here right now. I guess it didn't take my changes, so SPG server. So essentially what this is when I press play on any Super Parker game, it's going to try and connect to this server when I say I want to join the server from a scene inside of Unity. And essentially what it's going to do is it's going to send a message to the servers requesting, hey, can I actually join you? Can I join this server? May or may not say yes, depending on certain qualities. Right now, the way that we're set up is that it will always say yes. I'm going to bring this up to 150 so that way you guys can see what's going on here. So yeah, right now, what we're stuck on is right here. This is what we're working on right now. So I actually have one of the developers in here right now. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that this is possible. Awesome. So you can see right here, we have the client side, which is the actual game that you get to play without the server, without the multiplayer. Now this is local typically. Right now, how we have it is that everything is being set up immediately and connecting to the server. That's going to end up having to change because the addresses of each server is going to be different. Unfortunately, I won't be able to host it. However, one of our team will be able to host Friday's demo. Now, so the client is, the base application that somebody can get, for example, from Steam, right? You get a Steam version. Well, guess what? That's your client, okay? So the server side is what I have up right now. This is the server. And so Basically, okay, not gonna worry about that. Basically, right now we're looking at the idea of getting people into the game and getting data thrown around at the moment. Like, not literally thrown around, but it needs to be organized and it needs to be set somewhere so that when we need to use it, for example, when somebody presses a button and it says, hey, I need to use this item, well, we need to figure out a way to say, okay, can this person actually use this item? Yes or no right now. Does it actually have an item? Is it spawning things in it? Is it cheating? So what we're looking for right now is this right here. We've already finished this, so this is done. So we don't have to worry about this right now. This bit here, the player data, this is finished as well, and so isn't this. This is already done. So I don't have to worry about the login phase. What I have to worry about right now is voting and playing. And essentially right now, I need to actually meet with my team and figure out what's going on with the spawning. So today we're going to work with the loading of different games when you vote. So when someone votes, we number one need to check for, hey, did this person already vote? If they did, then we don't need to check. Then we don't need to actually like add it into the code. So let me go right ahead. I'm sorry, I have to stay on top of some of the stuff that's going on right now. Yeah. With being a lead tutor, you also have to watch out with what's going on within the organization that you lead tutor for. So right now, there. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't want to talk about that on stream. Maybe on a video that I can actually edit, and post, which that would be great. I'm gonna mess with some of the audio here, so that you guys can hear the music a little bit better. I don't know if that's great. I think that's okay. Cool. So for everybody to know, this stream will be saved and posted on YouTube, and it will be left on Twitch. So that if you don't know where to go to YouTube, I will have a link. I actually do have a link in the description already of this stream. Please go click on that and hit subscribe, or keep that watched so that you can see your updates of your game, Parker, and anybody else who's interested. So without further ado, let's get into this. So right now we're stuck on this, and so I'm actually going to bring up whiteboard. So like, this is the original menu progression that I came up with a couple weeks, like 5 days ago. I think that we're gonna have to scrap all of this, or at least this bit here, and place what's here there at the moment. Because right now what we're having everybody do is we're saying, okay, you're gonna join the server, so you're gonna select your cart, or your character, your cart, then you're gonna join the server. And then once you join the server, you go into level selection, and then everybody votes, or we just go directly into a essentially a, I'm trying to think of how to explain that. They go into a demo area, if you will, and that's where they'll be able to like drive around and play around and have some fun. At the end of the day, right now, what we're looking at is just the fact that, like, if everybody's voted or all is ready, we're gonna start races. So right now I gotta look at like how things are being so essentially we're just gonna say if this player is ready, we're gonna say you're ready now. Cool, all players is ready. If not, okay. So essentially this is like the is ready process, and what I'm thinking is gonna end up having is what's going to end up having to happen is like as they go through character selection, this is further, this is not for this Friday, but this will be further. Once you go through character selection and cart selection, you'll have to go into this area where you can say, I am ready. Essentially, as soon as you finish cart selection, when it says, hey, load the next scene, what we're also going to do is send an RPC or a message to the server saying, hey, by the way, this person's now ready. So since this person's ready, you're going to go ahead and go into the next area. So we really don't need this here. Because actually we want everybody in there. Actually, we could just cut this. Control X. So what we're gonna say is this. And the reason why is because we're only going to check this. We're only going to do this loop if all the players are ready, essentially. So like this could be a really long RPC. And that's not what we want. But that's okay at the moment. Because what we're going to end up doing is, think of it this way, right? You have a player, let's say player A, right? Player A goes through, selects this character, selects their everything else, right? They select their characters, they select their carts, all that good jazz, right? Once the player has voted, that's when we care about if all the players are ready and all the players have voted. Then we will call an RPC that will essentially load the next track, the track that has the most votes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say this: string track name. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this, Control C, and I'll bring this into the document and say here, whoops, Control B, Control V, and Shift, Control B, there. What I might do is say this, 9.5, we'll put it up to 14. Player has voted, string name, and then track name. And what this is gonna do is we're going to have a dictionary, and we're gonna have it of a string called track, string and a number, so int, and then this will be track votes equals new dictionary. Bam. Cool. What a dictionary is, and I actually got to make one last year, which was really cool. I enjoyed every little bit of it. And essentially what a dictionary is think of it like, I'm just trying to find something that doesn't have confidential information on it at the moment. Think of it as a cup, right? And each cup has a section. Well, right now this cup has no sections, but I'm going to put in an eraser, right? So an eraser is a type of thing, right? So an eraser erases things. We put an eraser inside this cup. This cup is called a container, and that's what a dictionary is. So the dictionary now contains a single eraser. Now, if I add another eraser in here, which I don't have on hand, but if I were to add another eraser, now there's two of the eraser type, right? So for example, we have a string here, And then we have an integer, a number, right? A number is a whole value, right? So the string is just the name of the track. So essentially what we're going to say is like, if this string is not already in our dictionary, we will then add it and then add the value to it, right? And then whichever one has the most track votes, that's the scene that we're going to load. So that's when we will send an RPC out. So what we will do is say this: check the dictionary for the track votes and find the one that has the most votes. So this will be a little tricky, because what we very well may end up doing is we might have to say, we might have to have a list. Well, no, this is why we didn't want that. So let's see. We need track votes dot gotta read through some of this. Equals get enumerator, blah 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 blah. We're not worried about that. ToString, try get value, values. Oh, that might return a list of values. Add, clear, compare, contains, yeah. So let's say this. We're gonna go up to here. This is checking for, are all the players ready? So up here, when we're setting this to true, we're going to say if track votes dot contains key track name. If this contains the key, then we will just go to track votes of track name, and we're just gonna say plus plus. Okay, and we're just gonna say else, you know, if it's in there already. If it's not in there, then we need to just add it. So track votes dot add the track name, comma, the value. So we'll just say 1. Yeah, because it'll be the first, so therefore it needs to have 1 vote in there. And then when we do this, we check it, we tell everybody, so we say servernet.call RPC. This is going to be load voted track, and we're going to use the message receiver dot all clients. I'm just going to say all clients in area, comma, a network ID. We'll say -1 for now, comma, the parameters, which we're going to say, we're just going to send it a string for now of nothing. This needs to get filled out. Wow, that was actually really simple. I've never written one of those before. That's cool. All right, I'm loving this. I'm loving this so far. So let's see. We have an example server right here as well, and this is like where I got most of the code from. This is from Dave. Thank you, by the way, if you're watching this at the moment. I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of that. And let's see. begin race on the track. So we need a way to check all of these. So I'm thinking that actually, yeah. I'm trying to think of a system that would be easy because I don't believe that my current no. That's concerning. I just got a message and it's very concerning and I'm like, I want to work on Super Parker Galaxy right now. I'll talk about that in a bit. So essentially what's going on is it's going to go through, the last person votes, everybody's ready. Once the last person votes, we're going to collect all the data and say which one has the most votes. And so the way we do that is we can use a for each, actually, yeah, for each variable in track votes for each string or for each string string t name for track name in track votes No, we can't. Oh, no. Oh, that would have been really easy. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to create a temporary list. So say list string track names. Actually, yeah, track. That works. Because this will definitely work. But we will say, because we want to access the names, so we'll say for track names name list dot count. Gosh, my lunch is not sitting well with me today. I'm gonna bring this up a little bit more. So what we're gonna say is for this track name list dot count, this will need to go. This needs to essentially be a check. We'll create an int saying max, and this will equal 0. String name equals nothing for now. So if, whoops, if, and we're gonna say if track votes dot, yeah, because it's going to contain all this stuff. So of track name list oh my god, of I dot val is greater than 0 or greater than max. Reset string, reset the name, equal to track votes, track names of I. My God. Oh, whoops. Maybe I don't need to do that. Maybe I just need to do this. Track name. And then we set the max equal to this. This is gonna return an int. It's been a minute since I've worked with dictionaries, okay? It's been a minute. Else continue. And then when we get down to here, we're gonna tell the client to load voted track, and it'll load the client. It'll just load it. So this could just be straight inside the client architecture that we have, which I will show you guys in a little bit. I don't know if anything's been done yet on it, which I'm really hoping that that's not the case, but we'll see. I know that we're all gonna be working together tomorrow, so we'll be able to bang this out real quick. So that's done. And this needs to be done, and this needs to be done. Receive command to load. Actually, yeah, no, that is done. Tell the server what you voted for, such that this will. Alright, server calls the function calls the RPC, cannot be known as a function. RPC whoops. Come on. Control B. There you go. Load voted track. And this takes a string. And what this is gonna do, it sends the track. The player is gonna be able to play that track because it's already gonna be inside the build. At least it should be at this point. Then you should be good. Am I dropping frames? I'm dropping 87 frames. It's not bad. I'll drop frames every once in a while, but that's okay. There's a lot going on in this house at the moment with the internet, so. And such that, so this is. Send back an update on how many have voted already. So this needs to go up, and we need to say up here. Because we don't want to finish this function if they have. There. The reason why I'm writing this in here is because if the player has already voted, we need to return. If it hasn't voted, then we can finish this up. Otherwise, we're not going to worry about it, and that'll be all kind of thing, right? And honestly, we could nest this a little bit more. Yeah, so that would work. Yeah, because what we're doing is we're checking for the specific client. That client then, the client that's sent, we're checking their specific number that's assigned to them that they have. Like, you know, it's their shirt. Like, this is my shirt. Ooh, that reminds me, I should make a shirt. So yeah, so this function's just about done. What I need to do is I need to say as voted, and then we need to call the RPC to increase votes and to increase votes. So enter server net.call RPC string. So we'll say update votes, comma, all. We'll just say all in area. All clients in area. A network ID -1. Params, this is gonna have none. So we'll just leave that blank. Can we even like leave that? No. That's unfortunate. Oh no, we can. It doesn't need to be there. Oh, that works. Yes. Epic. So that's done. In the future we can add the ability to show what levels have votes. This really isn't all that bad. The only thing is like testing it's gonna be a pain because like we haven't built in a way to test it, and I personally am like, if I go in and I build my own way to test it and then we try to merge like the different tracks, it's gonna create an unbelievable amount of conflicts between like just the code itself. So I'm like, I just don't want to deal with that. So down here we're gonna say go through the dictionary and check for the name in the dictionary and show if and increase the votes on it. This shouldn't be too terrible to do. I mean, especially Wednesday, once we all get together, we're gonna merge everything again and make sure that we all have the same stuff. That way, like when we do inevitably do this, we don't have to worry about it. So we're gonna pass in name right now to this because not too worried about it. So name, bam, done. So that done. Now it's on the client side to actually load the levels either additively or not additively. It's up to them to figure that part out, or I'll help them figure it out. So yeah, it looks like this is pretty finished up right here. Is this voted? Yeah, so essentially what we're gonna say here, and I'm gonna do a really quick summary. Yeah, no. How come I can't do a summary? You used to be able to do a summary. Oh man, it must be the version. Summary. This area is for the idea that players that when all players are ready, we will then check for if all the players have voted, comma, if they have, then we will see what levels were voted on, and then we will check for which had the highest number of votes and send the results to the player and tell them to load the track name by name and summary. So yeah, essentially, like, that's exactly what this area does. I'm gonna leave this here for now because it helps me remember what it is. So what else did we need to do here? This is gonna be like a lot of switching between stuff. So like if you're light sensitive, I recommend getting yourself some of these glasses. They're Gunner Optics. They are not sponsors of my stream, sadly, but these are amazing. Blocks out of blue light, so that way you can work longer on computers and not have that feeling of like I have a pounding headache, you know. So yeah, essentially it's gonna be pretty nice. Server calls the RPC what is it? Oh, this one. And then we come down here, update votes. Okay, update. Is that capitalized? It is capitalized. And is the other one capitalized? It is. So I'm not following camel case right now. Update votes. And then so we just be Control B. So that will be bold. Add the player's choice of level via string. Add the player's choice. Yep. Done. Send back an update. Done. Dunner. On all voted. Should we start a countdown? Or should we just load the level? I'll ask someone on Wednesday because that won't be hard at all. I'll just tell them, hey, start a countdown. Request to spawn character. Yeah, that one's gonna be a toughie. Spawning the character. So essentially what we're gonna say is, yeah. Huh. I think we need to start assigning authority at some point. Authority is like what owns the carts and what is actually using the carts. So yeah, this is actually looking more and more like a completed dock at the moment, which I'm getting excited about. And the player's choice of level via a string. Request a spawn character, process, and spawn. What we could do right now is we could just go through the line, you know, however many there are. Oh no. I think for the first for our demo, I think we need to have 30 spawn locations. I think we need to have 30 spawn. I have no idea how many people are actually in studio that's gonna be playing this game. I think it's gonna be like 15 to 20, maybe 30. Then we'll have Parker as well at some point, so it'd be probably around 50. For the demo, I think we should have up to, you know, 15 or 40. No, 30 spawns, 30 different spawn locations in an area. Will this need a network sync? I don't remember. Request connection. So those are all done. This is done. Approve. Yep, done. Done. And done. But here's the thing, though, is that we'll have to cross that road when we come to it. Here, I'm gonna send a message. When we're spawning the characters for Friday, should we have a small function that will handle the player and the location that is mapped to a, I don't know. Shit. Shoot. Poop. Ah. Poop. I'm not used to crap. Trying to keep it as PG-13 as I can right now. And my brain's just like, woo. Starlet. I need you. For the demo, will we have a list of spawn locations? Just wondering for the server side because could just have all the carts spawn on the load and have them we don't have to worry about the flying issues that we encountered last Friday when they spawned I thought I just heard like a group of crows. I was like, oh my god, is it the end times? Are we there yet? Some people would argue that coronavirus is the end times, but I don't believe it. What is going on? Some things you just gotta shake your head, you know? You gotta have a little bit of fun, shake off a little bit of the stress. You know what I mean? Like, holy cow. Man, some stuff I just can't fix. I can't fix everything, you know, when it comes up, like, you know, oh, we have a bunch of students failing in these 4 classes in computer science, and sorry, I can't do anything about that right now. I'll do it once I'm done streaming. Because this is a part of my student duties. Yes, you're only seeing one screen right now because I'm looking at my. Here's what I'll show you real quick. If you guys are interested, I'll show you this. Okay. Here are my 4 monitors. I can't see anything right now because I don't have anything up. So here's my 4 monitors. This is my setup. Yes, it's a little messy. 2D printer. So, you know, it's right now it's probably my favorite setup I've ever done. I love my office. I love how it's situated right now. I don't like how messy this is. But yeah, so yeah, right now I'm currently working on some stuff with the office, trying to make it more functional than, you know, what it is right now, because it's extremely functional right now, don't get me wrong, but there's some stuff that we can always do, make it a little bit better for ourselves. What is going on here? Okay, thank you, goodbye. Oh my god, I'm busy. Do not disturb. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So we'll go back into Unity really quick, and I want to show you something. So the server has this example server script and the Super Parker Galaxy script. We're going to remove this component. We're going to go ahead and save this scene. So like these are scenes. This right here, this is called a scene. It legitimately only has one thing, you know, a camera and an object called a server. Now these servers are extremely important because they go through and they get the server networks, they get everything that you need, and voila, your friend, that's a server. Super simple because Dave set it up, and thank you. That, you know, thank God we don't have to mess with Lidgren right now, because I would not want to do that and this at the same time, and it would stress me out. So we're actually not done with that voting function. I just realized something. We're updating it, but we're never actually adding the track name into this list. So what we need to do, we need to come into here and we need to say track name list dot add track name. Reason why we're doing that is because right now, if it's like not in this contains key, it's gonna add the name. So for example, we have one that's called track 1 DPP, right? That's a rework of the original track because the original track was not optimized at the moment. So we optimized it. We removed the original track because we needed it for that time. Push this one. Now we're using that. So for example, if we vote that one, it's gonna save that name into here, And then when we go back down to here and we call this function, it's gonna get the name from the track list names of I, and then we'll go through. Right? Makes sense for the most part. Please bear with me. What we're gonna do after this is we're gonna say track votes equals new dictionary, and then we're gonna say track name list equals new list of strings. Reason why we're doing this is because it's a lot easier than going through and going like, oh, here's like every single, you know, track, and if it's in here, then we're gonna go ahead and count it. What I would rather do is just say, hey, let's not do an extra amount of searching. Let's just do the amount of searching that we need to do, get everybody playing as fast as possible. That's kind of my philosophy on this. It's probably not the best philosophy, but that is my personal philosophy. So we're at 3 o'clock now. If you guys have questions, please let me know. And so yeah, streams are starting this week. I'll send out another email tonight, and make sure that everybody got the last email. And yeah. Julios. That was one of my teammates. What is going on here? Holy shoot. Boopy. Boopy doopy. Why is it like this right now? What? Why? If I could show you guys the screen that I'm looking at right now, you would love it. And just think to yourself, like, why? So, right now, so this is looking right at the moment. Yeah, this looks right. And essentially what we're gonna do, yeah, all this is gonna do is just essentially have like a function on the other side. It's either just gonna hit ++ on a variable that we have or something like that. So at the end of the day, yeah, so right now player has voted is done. On the load, so once it's loaded, I think they need to call a, so possibly call an spawn a player on spawn a player obj that will be used for the game. To spawn a player, ask for permission. Spawn a cart, a player, or spawn the player's cart, and then get the spawn location index. Alright, my teammate is typing. So let's see, server, so we know that my script works. We know that my script in the game works. We've tried it, it works, it runs, right? It will connect to the server. What we're having issues with right now is that whether or not the rest of this is going to work. And I have a feeling that it's not going to work. And the reason being for that is because I am not knowledgeable enough in my own realm. At the end of the day, I'm also just going to make my own little game on the side that's using this network and going like, heh, RPC world, let's go. I'm super excited to make my own multiplayer games now, because like that's been something that I've been wanting to, dying to do, because a lot of my friends and I, we play an unbelievable amount of just games, and so we have so much fun creating games. Like I'm the game creator in my friend group, so like we go through, we'll make games, and we just have some fun with it. So right now we're all getting like really sidetracked at the moment. I'm getting sidetracked from development, but right now, request a spawn character, possibly call an RPC. So essentially, let's go back to the code really quick. Right, and we're gonna, holy cow, I have a window over here and I'm just watching, I'm watching the wind, because it's a little nuts, and we were supposed to get a ton of rain. I'm actually gonna look at that right now. Are we supposed to get more rain? Please tell me that we are. Take it seriously. And let's see, what do we have for rain this week? Weather channel. The weather channel. It's 80 degrees outside. No wonder why it's hot as heck in here. So it's supposed to rain tonight. No, tomorrow morning. Oh, that's awful. I'm getting up at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'd really like to sleep in, but I really shouldn't anymore. I have so much work. I have like, I wish you guys could see this, but I have a ton of work scheduled for the next 2 days. And I'm just not looking forward to it at the moment. Just because like I'm looking forward to all the development on this, but there's so much more work that needs to be done that's just like on here. So it's like, okay, let's go ahead and start making function. Public. Are all these publics? let's just, I'm going to keep it all public for now. Public void. Request spawn. And it's gonna have no arguments, I think. Let me look at my doc real quick. Do we need anything? This is just to ask the client. This is just asking the server right now. So we'll say call RPC So the request spawn, needs to, essentially it's coming from one particular class in Super Parker Galaxy. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna send that information here, or it's not gonna send any information here. It's just gonna say, hey, we need to spawn this object. Where are we gonna spawn it? Then I need to say, give it an index between 1 and or 0 and whatever, however many slots. So that's why I need to know how big, how chunky monkey, this thing is. Yeah. I guess what I could do is have a default variable called that's -1 and just check for if it's -1 continue. Otherwise, oh, that's a lot though, because the server's gonna have to do it for however many there are. So like if there's 30, it's gonna be checking 30 times, although it would check 30 times anyways, and it's just not gonna go any faster. Unless it says static, unless I had a static variable. No, but it's all the same, and they're calling this function, and it's just gonna be whomever gets there first, whoever sends it faster. Shoot. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't know. Do I have any water? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'll be right back. I'll get some water. Let's see. Can I find? Yeah, I can. This is nice. Here's what we're gonna do. How come I can't scroll? Why can't I? That's terrible. I can't see anything that's on this. That's absolutely terrible. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have you guys watch this. Yeah, I'll have you guys watch this really quick. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, I guess what I could do for the remainder of the stream, because right now I've kind of run out of some stuff to think about at the I have just whoops that's illegal. I'm just trying to think of like, should I get? You know what I could do right now is I could set the variable up right now. Here, I'm just gonna, boop, there, bam. Okay. So what I might do is I might actually have an int. Crap. Oh, shoot. Dang it. There needs to be a universal number. There needs to be a universal number that we can use. You know what we could do? We could have it go from the last place. Here, this is what... Dang it, I am getting so... Like, I'm tripping over myself. If you guys can't tell, I am just tripping over myself. So, I'm going to do this. Display capture, add a source. I'm going to add a new source. And we're going to call it the Cintiq. Cintiq. QUE. Cintiq. Add. You're going to be display 2. Done. Right. Oh crap, this needs to be a scene. But you know what? That's okay. I'm just gonna do this. Bang. Wow, that worked really well. That upscales really well. And would just place me on top. Hello. Word. Whiteboard. You guys will see what I'm doing in a second. Hope you guys are enjoying this regular thing. Okay, so this is the menu progression that we have right now. I'm gonna turn away from my mic. You know what, I'm just gonna move you. Bam. Mic has been moved. If you guys are wondering what mic I'm using the Blue Yeti stereo mic. I need to get a couple things for it to make it a little bit better. I need a pop filter on it because I used to have an arm and I used to have a pop filter. But with my current setup, I can't use my arm because it doesn't actually stay on the tables. So without further ado, this is how I'm going to show you guys what I'm thinking, my thought process right now. So hit this. That's fine. We go back to here. New whiteboard. Where's my... I need my little fancy glove here. I call it the pen glove, the XP pen glove. It helps me pen on my Cintiq. So essentially what we're gonna do is I'm gonna name this. This is gonna be spawn doesn't start with an R. Spawn spawn request flow. So server and then client, right? And so the server needs to offload onto the client and the client needs to onload to the server. So client, so on scene load, it's gonna send an RPC. It's gonna call an RPC called request. Request spawn, and so this is going to go down to essentially, so we'll say of this. So this is going to come down to this. It's going to say So for all clients, shoot. I gotta look at something. Bringing you back to the. That was me. There we go. I gotta check something. All. Oops. All our. Oops. Server. All. We'll call this spawn art. I genuinely don't know. I'm just placing here as a placeholder, comma, a long client ID. So can I? This will have to go back to. Oh my god. I can. We just figured something out. Yes, I am sweating. I have a crazy. This room is like 80 degrees right now, and it's gonna get hotter because I don't have my AC on, and I don't want to turn that on because it's gonna blow out your ear. I would like to save you from that experience. Hi, please. I need to save. I need to fix this. So this is like the first. This is my first stream in a very, very long time. I hope you guys are bearing with me for now. There, that looks more normal. Okay, filters applied. So now I hit this. There we go. That looks way better. Okay, perfect. So essentially, we need to call it only on one client, on each client. So we need to essentially send to client send to client spawn index. Reason why we're saying spawn index and not spawning number is because the spawn index is actually going to give you more of a chance to say, hey, here's where your actual spawn is going to be right now. Then we're going to move from that to most likely a more robust way of doing this, which is giving us a list of the actual vector 3s, which is the location of where you are in 3D space. Is very much how we have coordinates in the world. Well, coordinates also have a z-axis known as altitude. So that's altitude, which is how high up you are. So right now, what we're doing is we're sending the clients a number that is going to give them their assigned starting position, not based off of anything, but off of a random variable that's between 1 and 8, or 1 and however many. We send them that variable, and if that variable has been used, we have to go again. Was used again, we go again until it gets a good number between two different things. That probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but it works. I've done this before, and it's a mess of code. I kid you not. It's not simple to code, and it's genuinely more of a mess than it needs to be. I'm thinking too complicated at the moment. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna leave this the way it is. And then tomorrow when we have our meeting, we'll talk about what's going on with it because everybody's busy at the moment, which is quite important. Right now, I'm thinking that I don't want every single client to tell me how big that area is. We need to have a universal number, I think. And I think if the universal number is 8, then for now, for the multiplayer sessions, it needs to be 8. And then for however many people there are trying to connect to the server, we need to have different servers at that point. Because each server can have up to 100 connections. However, you could use areas. You could use areas as lobbies. Now that I think about it. You could have a list of areas 1 through, let's say, 10, right? Well, no. So there's the login area, which then goes, essentially is the direct to level selection. And then if 1 is full, so let's say area 1 is login, and we'll say 1 through areas 1 through 3 will be the same server area. Doesn't make any sense, but it will once I draw it out. The areas 1 through 3 is one lobby. Areas 1 through 4 is or 4 through 7, or 4 through 6 is another lobby. What we could do is split people up 8 and 8. That way, everybody in that area will then get told load this. Everybody in the other area will load the other thing. Oh, this is gonna be so bad. That's future us's problem, but I think that's how we would have to do it. That's future me problem. Since I'm on the server side, that is future me, and this was like super simple. It took me 40 minutes to like really write out and figure out the proper ways of doing it. But I think at the moment we're gonna have to go through and just say like I might end it early today just because I have some other stuff to do, and I might end up. I'll continue working on this no matter what tonight. I think, let me load up Super Perfect Galaxy. I can show you guys what it looks like right now. So this is still in testing. This is still in, technically it's pre-alpha. Technically. Oh, you guys aren't seeing what I'm doing. Econ. There we go. Super Parker Galaxy friends. So yeah, this is Super Parker Galaxy. This is the project. This is what we see every single day when we load it up. We press play. It's gonna be really loud at first because it's the first boot up on this machine today. Yeah. Cover your ears. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and move this back. My mic has been disconnected. Hello. Okay, there we go. What the hell? What the heck? Why did that do that? I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know how long my mic hasn't been working. But I believe now, yeah, I believe that this is now working properly. Yeah, I believe this is working properly now. Cool. Awesome. So, without further ado, I'm gonna end up actually ending the stream real quick. This will be up tonight on YouTube and on Twitch. YouTube will be raw and unedited. everything that you're seeing right now is also being recorded on my system, and we will then be sending all of this stuff to YouTube edited at some point once we have more time. So yeah, without further ado, thank you guys very much for watching this hour and like 40-minute stream at the moment, and I really want to say thank you, because this was not a super development stream. There wasn't a lot of developing. It was mostly planning out, filling this out, really, to get everybody else on the same page. Honestly, like, this is gonna grow as we go, and I'm putting it this way because we can add the English in later. We don't really care. I don't care about the English. The English will happen between me and everybody else tomorrow. What I'm more worried about is saying, hey, here's the RPC that I'm using to call you. You can use, or like you can use this RPC and call me on it, and then I'm calling you through these two things, you know? So, yeah. Thank you guys again for watching, and as always, please hit that like button if you're on YouTube, and hit that subscribe button on YouTube if you have an account. If you don't, it's super simple to make if you have permission from your parent or guardian, or if you're 18 and older, just do it. On Twitch, if you hit that subscribe button, it's a monthly payment. Honestly, if you guys do that, it's amazing. It make my day, basically. On top of that, if you hit follow, that helps me immensely, because it makes my follow count go up, and then you'll get more notifications when I'm going live, what I'm doing when I go live, and things like that. So please take those into account. These streams for development will be PG streams. They will not be PG-13 or R. They will be PG, as I do have a younger audience watching, and yes. We are doing our best to make sure to stay as PG. So thank you guys again for watching. Have a great rest of your night, day, evening, morning, wherever you are and whenever you're watching this. And as always, stay safe. It's a crazy world out there right now.